Lesson 8, Video 3, How to Manually Change a Student's Grade. With your course open, go to the sidebar and click on the Coursework portlet. And then when coursework comes up, choose the test or quiz that you want to give the extra credit on. I will choose Texas Government Final Exam. And at this point, if I wanted to give everyone in the class some extra credit, I could go up here to the More drop down button on the right here, click on it, and I can give a class-wide bonus. So I will click on class-wide bonus, and it asks me how many bonus points. And I know personally that had a 10 question quiz here, and I said each question was worth 1 point, but that 1 point is actually 10 points based on 100 points. So I've got to put in here how many points. Say I wanted to give everyone a 10-point bonus. I would put a 1 in here because I know that there are only 10 questions on the test. And all I would have to do would be to click save, and you see that that 40 has gone up to a 50 now, the 50's gone up to a 60, and the 80's gone up to a 90. And it shows me here that the grades include a 1 point class-wide bonus. Now, if I want to say, oh, I really didn't want to do that, I meant to give just a single student credit for something, I can click on this class-wide bonus, change this 1 that I just gave them back to 0, and hit save, and there my grades are back to the 40 and the 50 and the 80. Now, if I wanted to give an individual student extra credit, I would click on the student's name, and then over here on about halfway down here, there's a little yellow button over here with the yellow star, says add a bonus. Now I could give this individual student that 10 points or 1 based on how I set my test up, and click save, and sure enough it went from a 40 to a 50, but only that student received that grade. Now say I miskeyed in an answer, and I know that question 2, the correct answer should have been 295, even though I really know it's 400. I could change this one student's question by clicking on this green arrow in the middle and change that to a 1. Save, and sure enough, the grade has gone from the 50 to a 60. Now, if I really did mess up and key it in wrong, I want to change every student's grade on that question. And what I would do would actually be come down here and click on view all students' responses to this question, and this question would come up for every individual student, and I could go in and change that grade for that student. Now, this with an NA besides this one and this one, I know that since it was just pulling 10 at random from the 20, these two students didn't get that question. But if they did, I could go in and give them credit for that question too, because it was my mistake that I keyed in the answer wrong. So that's several different ways that you can give a student bonus points, the whole class, an individual student, or go in and correct a response that you actually had keyed in wrong.